What's up everybody, it's Dwayne, back again for another video, back again for another reaction, and today is a great day. Do you know why? Because it's another video about Sweden. 10 surprising Swedish inventions and discoveries. So yeah, I don't know what you guys have invented, so this is going to be really interesting to see. So without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
The beautiful country of Sweden is home to many incredible places and amazing people. Many important and world-changing inventions have also come from Sweden and from people of Swedish descent. So in this episode, I'm exploring 10 amazing inventions and discoveries that you probably didn't know came out of Sweden. Hey everyone, my name is Leroy Kenton and thanks for joining me here on another episode of FTD Facts. This is a channel where we love to explore the different people, countries, and cultures from all around the world, and yeah, we're jumping into Sweden again. So first off, if you love Sweden, give this video a thumbs up, as well as if this is your first time here to FTD Facts, press that subscribe button as well as that bell notification so you'll be notified of future videos like this. Okay, so let's start off with the first invention. In the year 1958, Rune Elquist developed a battery-run artificial...
Wow, that has saved how many people's lives who have heart defects. Wow.
Pacemaker. Now this was used for the very first pacemaker operation done by the surgeon named Aki Senning, and the operation was done at the Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm, Sweden. So yeah, pacemakers, I had no idea were invented by Swedes. So if you're not familiar how pacemakers work, they go under the heart of the person that you operated on, and it sends electric pulses to the heart so the muscles can expand and contract so it can regulate your heartbeat.
When the sinoatrial node fails to function correctly, an artificial pacemaker can be fitted to help regulate the heartbeat with small, evenly timed electric shocks.
Wow.
This involves implanting electrodes into one or more of the heart's chambers and implanting a device called the generator just under the skin. For more severe heart conditions, an implantable defibrillator, or ICD, can be used, which is also capable of sensing a stopped heart and delivering an electric shock powerful enough to restart it.
Also, this thing, the Celsius thermometer, came out of Sweden. It was developed by the Swedish mathematician and astronomer by the name of Anders Celsius. Clearly you see where the name...
so his surname was actually Celsius. Wow, you guys invented the temperature scale.
Came from. Anders Celsius made massive contributions in the field of astronomy, and this new thermometer that he invented that measured 100 degrees between freezing and boiling, this was really his claim to fame, and the majority of countries in the world use Celsius thermometers, so it's a very common measurement system now. Without that, we'd probably be stuck with just trying to calculate temperature in Fahrenheit, and I don't know, I'm not the greatest at math, but just trying to figure out how to calculate in Fahrenheit, it hurts my brain. So thank you, brother Celsius. Next up, we have the 3-point seatbelt. This seatbelt formation is pretty much standard in all vehicles now, and it was developed by Niels Bohlin, who is a Swedish inventor as well as a safety engineer, and this is back in 1959 when he created this for the automobile.
Wow, it's only been around since 1959, the 3-point seatbelt. I mean, how many lives, guys, Swedish people have been saving a lot of lives. Seatbelt is so important. Wow.
Company Volvo. And the reason why these seatbelts are shaped like a Y is because if you get into an accident, it really disperses the energy across your body, so it's not just like maybe get ripped in half or something, but this kind of really holds you in place so that you're not ripped in half when you crash. I know it's a pretty graphic example, but let's just say that these seat belts save a lot of lives. Statistically, 1 life every 6 minutes to be exact.
Wow.
If you look at a 3-point safety belt 50 years ago compared to a 3-point safety belt today, it's a huge difference. The basic principles are still there. You can put it on using one hand. It has a good geometry. It's holding the upper body, the lower body. But whatever we will do, we'll still have those basic principles that were established by Mussolini.
Over 100 years ago, Coca-Cola introduced this unique bottle to the rest of the world. Now you show the soda bottle to somebody and right away they recognize, oh, that's the Coke bottle. But few people know that this design was created by the Swedish man by the name of Alexander Samuelsson. He was told to create a bottle that people could recognize in the dark just by touching it, or if it was lying on the ground, broken or whatever, people could still recognize.
The Coke bottle. Most places have the plastic bottles now, but I think they need to start going back to the glass bottles, because obviously plastic is not good for the environment. But yeah, you rarely get glass Coca-Cola bottles anymore. But it's cool that he invented them.
Recognize it, and Alexander Samuelsson more than delivered on this one. You see, the country of Sweden has a lot of surprises, like even things surprising to the people that were born and raised there. And just so you know, if you do want to expand your knowledge about this amazing country, we do have a playlist about the videos that we've done about Sweden. We go into the culture, we go into the history, we talk about the military, etc, etc, etc. I'll link to it in the card section of this episode, as well as below in the video description. I'll also have it at the end screen of this video. And we recently did a video about the differences between Sweden and Norway. That's an interesting, fun one, and I highly recommend that one. I'll link to that as well. Now, the invention of the ultrasound also has its roots in Sweden. The Swedish doctor by the name of Igni Elder, he worked alongside the Austrian researcher Karl Helmut Hertz, and they developed the first ultrasound. This became the primary non-invasive way to examine our hearts as well as our internal organs. And of course, when mothers want to determine whether or not they're
That's amazing. The ultrasound, especially for me, what stands out mostly about ultrasound is determining the sex of your baby. You know, wow, there's some amazing inventions.
Pregnant or really just check the gender of their baby, they use ultrasound. So this is another invention that completely changed history. And like, what would we do without this next invention? Like, wearing pants just wouldn't be the same. The modern day zipper was created by a Swedish-American inventor, Gideon Sundbach. He had improved upon an earlier, not so effective version that was created back in the year 1913. And this new version that he designed, he called it the separable fastener, and then he patented it in the year 1917. And now we use them when wearing pants or trousers if you're from the UK, as well as other backpacks and other kind of bags. Now, for those of you who are watching this video on your computer, I can almost bet 100% of you are watching it on a flat screen monitor. Sven Torborn Lagerwall, he discovered the ferroelectric liquid crystals back in the year 1979, and this is a technology that led to the development of the flat screen monitors. And from that discovery, flat screen monitors went into mass production since the year 1994.
That's the reason why I bought mine. This monitor has a 60 Hz refresh rate with a 1 millisecond gray-to-gray response time.
Also, many families and people out there would probably have gone bankrupt if it wasn't for the invention of Skype. Yeah, you get to save a lot of money on those long distance calls to your relatives overseas.
Hey Dave, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how's your day?
That was good.
But what you didn't know is that this came out of the mind of a Swedish man. His name was Nicholas Zenström, and he co-developed Skype, and he worked with a team including a Danish inventor by the name of Janos Friis. Creating Skype, of course, capitalized on the use of internet technology, and in the year 2011, Microsoft bought it for $8.5 billion US dollars. And I always saw that Microsoft invented Skype. Nope. So again, we gotta say thank you to the nation of Sweden for saving the rest of us a whole lot of money.
Thank you.
Although many of us don't use old school telephones anymore, I thought it was pretty important to share this invention. The Swedish telecommunications company Ericsson was founded by Lars Magnus Ericsson in the year 1876. And the company's first ultra successful product was the telephone handset. It had the mic where you spoke in as well as the earpiece to listen to all in one. Before that, with telephones, you had to hold the microphone in one hand and hold the earpiece in the other hand. Pretty annoying, but this just put it all together in one and just made it so much easier.
Every achievement
has been further proof that the frontiers of progress have no limit.
And finally, the last invention and discovery that I want to share that came out of Sweden was the safety matches.
Safety matches.
Matches, of course, have been around for a long time, right? But they were very dangerous, so you really had to know what you're doing, or else you'd get burned and burn up everything and everyone else around you.
Absolutely.
However, thanks to Gustaf Poch, we don't have to worry so much about that anymore. He had decided to move the flammable phosphorus, which was embedded in the match head, to the side of the matchbox, as well as replace the poisonous yellow phosphorus with a red version of the phosphorus that was non-toxic. And because of this, matches became a lot safer, and this was huge for the Swedish economy because several times in history, 75% of all matches sold in the world were coming from Sweden. Okay, so those were 10 amazing discoveries and inventions that came out of the nation of Sweden. How many of these did you know had ties to
I didn't
Sweden?
know any
like
of them
really,
had
for
ties
me,
to
this was
Sweden.
completely surprising. I hadn't known any of them. Let me know down in the comment section below. And this is nowhere close to the amount of amazing stuff that came out of Sweden. So if you want to see more videos like this, also leave that below in the comment section. Well, it's that time again now where I say goodbye, but it's not goodbye, it's see you later. I can't wait to share more interesting facts with you in another episode. My name is Leroy Kenton, and I'll see you real soon.
Wow, there's so many in there I didn't realize that you guys invented. Wow. Sweden's had a lot to do with saving lives, let's put it that way, with the pacemaker especially. The pacemaker, ultrasound, the seatbelt. I mean, Sweden has saved all our lives many times. So thank you very much for all the amazing inventions. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you guys later.